My name is Quay Hanna. I'm from the southern end of Lancaster County. I'm from a little town called Strasburg. My graduating class was about 130 students. Our entire high school was about 500 students, and we were approximately 8 people short of being 100% white. And I grew up extremely racist and prejudiced.
When I got to college, I started interacting with these people from around the state, from around the country, from around the world. I'm interacting with people from big cities and rich suburban areas, and the country in me came out to them. I was this small town hick. They were shocked. They had never seen somebody like me before. And so I started being known as this redneck and as this hick. And I started to embrace that because I had never been called that before. And I started to change certain things about myself so that I could fit that label of being called a redneck. I started studying Nazism and fascism and National Socialism. I was getting interested in those kind of things. I was being recruited by an organization that promised me that they only allowed freeborn individuals to join their organization. And when I asked them what freeborn meant, they said, white. I never quite got that far, thank the Lord, but I was building and growing, and I was interacting with people who were taking me down that path of extremism. About 6 months after graduating from college, though, I was working in construction. I still didn't have a clue as to what I was going to do for my career. People were on me about how I had wasted my degree and how I had wasted my life, and that I was never going to amount to anything. And so I decided that I just wanted to get out. I had $3,000 saved up in the bank, and I decided that I was going to see America. And I said, I'm going to spend the next 9 weeks traveling around the country. So on January 19th, 1993, I set out to see America. This small town country boy from Strasburg, and I wish I could tell you that I was doing it to broaden my horizons, see new things and meet new people, but that's not why I was doing it. I was doing it because I was scared. I didn't know what I was going to do with life. So I figured if I'm going to lack direction, then I'm going to lack direction as I travel around America. Early on in the trip, I was to be put in some situations that I had never been in before. Just being a minority, being the one who stood out because of my skin color, was an experience that I had never had before. I got on a Greyhound bus in Lancaster City to get out. And the first thing that I noticed when I get on this bus is that I'm a minority. I'm a minority. There were 19 African Americans, one other white guy, and me. And so I started finding myself as the minority. More importantly, I found myself sitting next to people that I had thought I hated my whole life. I frequently would say these dehumanizing things about the race of the person who was sitting next to me, yet here I sat, and this person would be sharing his life with me, telling me about his experiences or her experiences. And I started to question myself and say, do you really believe this? Do you really hate this guy based on his skin color? Do you really hate him? And as I continued to challenge myself in that way, I started to realize that I just don't buy it anymore. I just don't buy this racism and that I am superior because of my skin color. It seemed like a lie to me. In fact, one of my mantras growing up was, I will be a racist until I'm proven wrong. I used to say that all the time, even when confronted by people who would point out things that easily defeated my arguments. I would continue that mantra that I will be a racist until I'm proven wrong. About 2 weeks into the journey, I have written in my journal about some of the people that I had met, people of color, and I wrote in there and I underlined it, I wrote, I have been proven wrong.
One of the reasons that I don't talk about it in terms of diversity and don't consider myself a diversity speaker is because what I realized on that bus trip around America is not how different we are, but how much alike. As I talked to these people and their struggles and their strivings and the things that they were going through in their lives and their world with their families and their jobs, I realized we're a lot more alike than we are unalike.
I've now been to all 50 states, 27 countries, and 5 continents. And one of the things that I frequently like to say is that what is remarkable about the world is not how very different our cultures are, our languages, our clothing styles, or what we eat, but rather how remarkably similar we are in that we are sons and daughters, mothers and fathers, we are employees and employers, and we are all striving for joy.
What I say is, let's promote how much alike we are. that people are striving and struggling to have a job that they love. They want to support their family. They want to raise their kids in a safe environment. We want to raise people that are happy in their lives as well. We want to have jobs that we love. These are things that we are all striving for worldwide.
At some point after traveling, I realized that I had a calling to reach back into my subculture, poor white America. That what I really wanted to do was to challenge my subculture in their views on race. And I wasn't exactly sure. I didn't want to come in and just say, you guys are stupid, you're ignorant, you need to change. I wanted to just challenge them subtly. And not knowing exactly how to do that, I eventually decided to write a book. And I decided to write the book specifically about the bus trip around America. Ultimately, I just want to make people think. I want them to think about the things that they say, do, and believe. I want them to take responsibility for the things that they say, do, and believe. And then once they have examined those things, I want them to bring it to the table with others, people who don't agree with them. And I want these people to all challenge one another to take responsibility, to defend their positions. And I believe that by doing so, by creating an environment where people can communicate with each other in respect, we create a much better community.
See, the thing that I learned on that bus that day was true equality. I learned true equality on the bus. See, the bus doesn't have first class and second class. The bus doesn't show a movie to some people and not to other people. The bus doesn't serve meals to some people and not others. On the bus, every seat sucks. And that guy sitting next to you, whether he's tall or short, fat or skinny, rich or poor, black or white, college educated or a high school dropout, his seat sucks the same as yours. That's true equality. If all else fails in your life, take a ride on the bus. Thank you for your time.